Hundreds of gritting lorries are out on the roads across the region as we face a second night of freezing conditions. In parts of Somerset, cuts to the gritting budget mean some roads won't be treated, leading to fears that there could be more accidents.
Well, we've sent Charlotte Gay along to one of the County Council's gritting depots near Bridgwater. Charlotte, looks like a busy night in prospect there.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but first day back at work in 2019, and it was a bit of a rude awakening with just how cold it had become overnight from a fairly mild Christmas. I probably wasn't the only one that had to spend 5 or 10 minutes de-icing the car before heading off this morning. But while we were grabbing our scarves, workers here from 1 o'clock this afternoon were putting out around 50 tonnes of grit across the Somerset network. That's 725 miles, about 17% of the total number of roads in the county. And that has actually gone down from last year. We are 180 miles fewer than last year because of cost-saving measures. So I've been speaking to Councillor John Woodman to find out how they prepare for days like this.
Well, we're prepared. As soon as that temperature drops to the temperature that our lorries go out, we've got 6,500 tonnes of grit ready to go. We've got 18 routes, 18 gritters ready to go out. And should we need more, we've got 5 more in reserve should that temperature get even worse.
A lot of people would have heard at the tail end of last year that there were going to be fewer roads gritted this year compared to last year in the precautionary gritting that you guys do. For people who are worried about how that will affect them, can you give them some reassurance about how much of the road you'll be covering?
Well, the vast majority of roads in Somerset have never been gritted. It's very unlikely that you will ever do a journey which is all on gritted roads. And even if they're not gritted, ice can still form. It's very important that people slow down in the winter, take precautions and make sure that any travel they take, the appropriate precautions they need to do to make that journey as safe as they possibly can.
Now, when this warehouse is full, it stocks 3,000 tonnes of grit. Now, something quite interesting I learned earlier was that actually they use molasses to help sort of bind the salt together, make it more efficient, but it does give you this sort of farm-feedy smell as you stand nearby. Now, as many thousands of tonnes of grit that is going to be put out on the roads in the winter months, the message is here today that you need to be responsible for your own driving and only going out and making sure you keep yourself safe.